tells him I can do it. And that is what they stand to see. Fantastic penalty taken. Very, very fantastic penalty taken. Sometimes you take a penalty, you make the goalkeeper look weird, funny, unwanted, and unliked. The question is, can Najjah's goalkeeper turn Vincent, do the same up against Big Beto? The moment is right here, standing very tall. But of course the penalty taker sends the ball out. Sends the ball out. It's been closed down. Look at that. Najjah officially takes the lead, but the game is still on. The game is still on. The custodian stood, raised his body, showed up, and looked presentable, good enough to cover the moments. And he really has acted so big on the ball. And the penalty has been squandered. Another moment. Aldino Gibson, a former player of Mvara Senior Secondary School. He played for Nduparaka Football Club. Features for the Bright Stars of South Sudan. That's the national team. Played for Midigo Calvary. Sends the ball out. He rattled the goalpost. He has rattled the goalpost. At the time when the history is performing him, then he rattles. When you expect a goal, it is. When you expect a come, it is a goal. That is what happened to one experienced Aldino Gibson. And now, arguably one of the contenders for the most valuable player of the tournament, that is Sabote Emmanuel, has a moment. The last penalty taken by Ragem Sellect to send them to this very final was taken by the same man, shot number 90, Sabote Emmanuel. He sent the goalkeeper to the left and the ball went to the right. Can he repeat that? It is Sabote Emmanuel. He takes a step. 1, 2. Sabote repeats the magic. He repeats the magic. He did it. And he has done it again. That is Sabote Emmanuel. When we say, arguably, he is one of the contenders of the man of the match. Not only that, the most valuable player, he is a contender. That is Sabote Emmanuel, aka Sabote. Fantastic player. And he sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. What a penalty. Now here comes the moment. The standing captain for Najjah takes the podium. That is Rasul Mohammed. Rasul Mohammed is a lefter. On a good day, he can be a double piston. Very good in set pieces. But coming up against a goalkeeper, Aiko Mark. Fantastic goalkeeper. Standing to save and standing to conceive at the same time. It is the man, Rasul. He loves area football. He loves taking penalties. And here he meets Aiko. Vincent sends him the wrong way. He sends Aiko Mark the wrong way. That is it. It is getting dark. But the darkness is for goodness. Yes. I said it. It is getting dark, but the darkness is for goodness. They all believe they will walk away as champions. Now, shot number 29 for Ragem Sellect. He did it and called himself a champion before coming up for this game. He meets the man Vincent. Straight to the back of the net. That's Ragem Sellect. They have something to celebrate. Now it's down to Najjah. The captain for the Ragem Sellect side walks to him and tells him, thank you. Now shot number 19. The man who featured from Mvara Senior Secondary School. The man who did it for Leah. The man who has done it for Kuluva Rainbow. The man has moved. He's a journeyman. He is short, fantastic, amazing player. He is called Boro, B-O-R-O. He loves being organized. He is a businessman, meeting a short goalkeeper of his height in the names of Aikomak for Ragem Sellect. Here comes Boro. 1v1. Boro takes the first step. Boro sends the ball at the corner. He rattles it back to the straight of the net. And that is what happens. It's clear. The signals are very clear. They are telling the world, we are superb. We only can score. And from the few moments they squandered, they haven't squandered again. They keep scoring every goal. Now look at that. Shot number 41 in a 1v1 against Troll Vincent, the custodian for Najjah. Can he do the same magic done by Sabote Emmanuel, arguably the best player in the tournament? 1v1. Takes the left leg front and the right leg behind. Sends the ball at the same angle. The right top corner. It is a goal. Fantastic goal. Fantastic goal. Scored by shot number 41. And now the owner says in the game, lands on the shoulders of one player. That is Otoch. He has a moment here. Can he do it? He goes by the names of Joel Otoch. He stays in Awindiri. He loves being himself. Very, very composed. Shot number 24. Stands tall to meet a goalkeeper in the names of Aikomak. 1v1. Joel takes the mantle. Can he score it? Joel places it to the left top corner. No doubt about that. Arguably one of the best penalties taken this evening. It's a goal. Straight to the back of the net. Straight to the back of the net. Najjah up against Ragem Sellect. Who is going to be the champion? Is the unanswered question so far. The wait will continue. The penalties might go up to tomorrow. If all remains equal, we will continue to push. 1-on-1. Ragem once again scores. My all high in a blue council. He is telling the world it as Ragem Sellect. According to me, but of course Najjah stands to be counted. They have the dancing Rasta in a 1v1. The million-dollar question remains. Can he score it? All eyes on one man. That is the Rasta man from Ochiba. He hails from Ochiba. He played for a very good school in the region. He is a regional league player. Very young. Stands in a 1v1 with the custodian. He is a dancing Rasta. He loves throwing the ball. Many have not seen him play with the leg. Now in a 1v1, not using the hand, but using the leg. Look at what he's about to do against Aiko Mark. Now, here is the moment. Straight at the back of the net. It's a goal. He sends the goalkeeper to the left and the ball goes to the right. Oh my goodness. What are we about to see? I am tired. The owner again. The owner says once again, lands on one player. He takes the mantle. At the time when the world sees it like a draw, he wants to be counted. And he meets the goalkeeper, Tal Vincent. 1v1. Shot number 5-6. He goes, meets the goalkeeper. DK is watching. Secretary for Education and Sports is watching. The chief guest, Andama Mahmoud, is watching. They want to know, can he score it? He meets the goalkeeper, tall, with a good height, nice looking, well composed. Can he score it? Is the question. And he sends the ball, rattles the post, and it's a goal. What are we about to see? What are we about to see? What are we about to see? It's a goal. It is a goal. It is a goal. Back of the net. You will have nothing to say. The ball hit the post, went beyond the line, and came out. If you watched penalty scored, if you watched the penalty scored by Ryan Giggs in the FA Cup final 2004, you will understand what we mean when we say that is a goal. He rattled the post. The ball went, never touched the net, but crossed the line and flew back. That's what Zinedine Zidane can do. That is what Ryan Giggs can do. Fantastic penalty. It probably was. I can tell you, these are the unique penalties only cameras can show. Fantastic. Now the mantle comes back to Najjah. Shot number 4 takes charge. Can he miss it so that we go home? Oh, can he score it so that we stay around? That's the question. 1v1. It is shot number 4 against Aiko Mark. And Kuli shoots the ball at the back of the net. What a moment for Team Najjah. Straight to the back of the net. Oh my goodness. The moment looks like the night is yet young. We are about to go more minutes into having this. Some people are still arguing that it was not at the back of the net. I can tell you, if you watch that penalty very well, and if you reflect back to 2004, the FA Cup final, Ryan Giggs had a penalty. That is just the replica of what he did. Rattled the post. The ball never touched the net, but crossed the line. Came back to speak to you. And that's a goal. Now the custodian, Aiko Mark, for Ragem Sellect, remains the only man. Meets another goalkeeper in the names of Tal Vincent, and sends the ball at the back of the net. It's Ragem Sellect once again, burying the ball at the back of the net and doing boyo boyo. That's the celebration. Once again, they will have a goalkeeper to goalkeeper affair. With the look of things, Tal Vincent will have to meet his opponent in the names of Aiko Mark yet again in a 1v1. The question remains, can he then have a decision made for all of us to go home by saving the penalty or no? That's the question. It's a 1v1. Goalkeeper against goalkeeper. And a man down. A man down. Sometimes your head can ache. The tension, the anxiety created here is very clear. I can tell you, when it comes to moments like this, now the goalkeeper is down, seeking yet a medical support. Yes, this is how interesting it gets. Sometimes the game comes with anxiety. It comes with some tension. And the mayor, Baguma Saidi, was a goalkeeper, and he saw what happened there. Sometimes you have won it all, but then they will tell you the ball crossed the line, and you will have nothing to say. That is really one of the few examples we can tell. In 2004, Ryan Giggs scored a penalty in the FA Cup finals. If my memory serves me right, it rattled the goalpost, crossed the line, but came out. That is football. The lines will indicate, and the cameras will show. And that is one of the few moments you debate about this tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, the goalkeeper has a mantle, has a huge task to revenge against his fellow goalkeeper in a 1v1. The $1 million question is, can he squander this to make it a night for everyone? I can see phone cameras really so lively. It is getting dark, but dark for a good reason. Honorable Hami, thank you so much for coming through. That is Salim for coming through. Interestingly, we still have a long way to go before we decide who is crowned the champion for this tournament. It is very interesting. The moments keep counting. We are not about to shy off unless the DK walks up and says this to tomorrow. We shall eat another bull. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. That's another one. 1v1. 1v1. Continues with the square. We are not about to get the fans to take penalties. Once are done, the rules are very clear. Until one misses. But for now, we will go on and on and on and on. On and on and on and on. It is not over until it is over. It is never over until it is over. Pakensha. Yes. Now, we are not going to call the fans to take penalties, but the players will do. Here is another moment. Shot number 18 says to the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper had nothing to do. Straight to the back of the net. Najjah will have to say. Najjah will have the last say. Najjah will have the last say. If this is missed, Najjah will count themselves unlucky. Seki Bilraj. Nyozore Zomia. It's other microphone. Dike Baretse. Dike Baretse. And now it's another 1v1. A good moment here. It is dark, but dark for good. And another 1v1. Straight. Penalty. Oh my goodness. The big brother. What are we seeing here? Now, many that I should say, why can't we take this game to tomorrow to decide? I am not about to influence Jamal Nasur, sports person. He knows what it means to have penalties. We have to move this to the following day, unless the DK stands and says, let's go. Otherwise, the chief guest It's all players pin best like penalty in the area. It is all a man who gogo. Let's move off. Let's move off the line, please. Let's move off the line. Yeah, let's move off the line. It may set out now, but let's allow the players be safe. Eh? Yeah, let's allow the players be safe. This is okay. Thank you. Hey, there is a serious call to have this game concluded another day, but that is never going to work. This game will either end here or here. This game will either end here or here. And now, another penalty to be taken. Another penalty to be taken. And now, there is a call. The center referee has been called. And there is a decision that is likely to come. Let's decide. Members, listen. There's a consultation going on. Anytime from now, we are making an official announcement. Let's wait. There's a consultation going on. Announcement. 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 The game is being called off. We shall continue from tomorrow. Have a safe journey back home. We thank you so much for the time you have given for this game. We shall stop where we left. Meaning tomorrow, you report back to Arua primary playgrounds, where we shall continue with what we had started. Safe journey back home. Thank you so much. May the Almighty Allah take control and take you back home safely. Salamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Introducing Host TV, your ultimate advertising destination. Get 50% discount offer today. Elevate your brand with Host TV. Available on YOTV, Afro Mobile, and Host Media app. We offer commercial advertising, live event broadcasting, streaming service, social media marketing, publication on dailywestnile.info. We are Host TV. Connect with us on all social media platforms. Host TV, exploring. Introduce. Introducing Host TV, your ultimate advertising destination. Get 50% discount offer today. Elevate your brand with Host TV. Available on YOTV, Afro Mobile, and Host Media app. We offer commercial advertising, live event broadcasting, streaming service, social media marketing, publication on dailywestnile.info. We are Host TV. Connect with us on all social media platforms. Host TV,